Hello, hello, hello. This is Wyoming Rick Treasure Reveal, and I have another bag of nickels, circulated nickels from my bank. It's a $200 bag of nickels, 4,000 nickels in there, and I hope to find some treasures. And you can see what is there. And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to cut the bag open so you can see this is a fresh bag that I'm opening right now. And then we're going to, I'm going to go through these. As usual, I like to scan the tops just to see what I can see on the top before I scatter them out and go over them. So that's always a lot of fun. I love doing nickels. It seems like here lately, nickels have been some of my best success. I have been finding a few war nickels. Have been finding a few buffaloes. Have been finding a few V nickels. If you watched the previous video, my last video, when I was going into the bank to get these nickels, I looked over my bank where I bank. I looked over at the coin machine where people dump their coins, and they somebody had left a bunch of coins in the tray, and there was a bunch of silver Canadian quarters and dimes. I took them to the jewelry store. They looked at them and done the test on them and said they were silver. Of course, the silver in those aren't as much as what you would see in the American 90% silver coins, but it was quite a bit. So found 17 dimes and 16 nickels. Really cool. I couldn't believe it. And the bank just gave them to me. Said just take them. So I was happy. And so the reason I found those because I went in the bank to get these. So I'm going to scan the tops. It's always fun to do that. My first two scans is two 1964s. I always look for the older stuff this way. It's a lot of fun to do it this way. Some people prefer to unopen the rows. Personally, I like doing it this way because it's less trash. You don't have to sit there and waste a lot of time unrolling them. I've got a 1942 here. It is not, I'll show it to you, it is not a war nickel, but it is a 1942. So we get the light turned around here, and you can see that. See, a 1942. Too bad it wasn't a war nickel. Part of the year they made war nickels, and part of the year they didn't. And then all the way through 45, of course, is the war nickel. But I love going through nickels. It seems like I'm having a lot of success, especially here lately. I've had a couple of bags that weren't so hot, but it seems like I always find at least a find every 100 coins. Sometimes my average is better than that, and sometimes my average is worse. And so I'm just going to thumb through these for just a minute. And then what I'll do, I'll go out and I'll look through these nickels and I'll see what I can find, and I'll bring you back in later on in the video. As I find stuff, I'll bring you back in just to show you what I found. Here's another 1964. If half the 64s were 1959 or older, these bags would be hugely successful, even better than they are now. But kind of let me know what you like to search through. What is your best interest when it comes to coins? Of course, I like searching through the silver and finding silver. That's always fun. I do have a $1,000 box of 50-cent pieces coming that I ordered at my bank. Here's 1958. I'll show that to you here in just a second. I do have a $1,000 box of that coming, and I'll see what I get there. Coming from the Fed. Hopefully they're all circulated. They're supposed to be, but time will tell when I get them. And I'll see if I have some success. If I have good success, then I'll order another box. But I'll try different makes until I find something that seems to be producing silver, or at least the 40% silver. That would be a good thing. So, anyway, When you search nickels, do you prefer the bags, or do you prefer to dump them out, kind of like what I'm doing, and doing it this way? Here's another 1942, and it does not have a mint mark. So, dagnabbit, two 1942s. It would have been nice if at least one of them would have been a war nickel, but there's no mint mark above the Monticello. So here's another older nickel. See what we got here. There's a 47. So I'm going to come around and show you what I found. I've done showed you the one find that I have. I'm going to show you these other three, and then I'm going to go out and I'll come back in just a few minutes, because I'll find some keepers. I'll find quite a few of them. There's no doubt about it. There's 1947, and it does have a mint mark. It's a D mint mark. And here's one of those 1942s. Too bad. Let me zoom out a little bit, not that much. 1942 does not have a mint mark above the Monticello, unfortunately. So, but I found two 1942s already, so that'd be pretty cool. Maybe that's a good sign I'm going to find a lot of 1940s. So 1958. So I'll go back out and I'll come back in when I find some more finds to share with you. Thank you. See you in just a bit. Okay, I've found some good stuff. I'll show you one in particular here in just a minute. 1957. So I found 10 finds so far, by the way. I got a real good one here. I'm about to show you right now. 1945. So I found a war nickel, and it is a P mint mark. You have to look at it. It's kind of faded, but I'll enlarge the picture. So there's a P, 1945. So there's a war nickel. Like I said, pretty good war nickels sometimes in these bags. Even though that machine rejects silver, it does miss the war nickels, I believe, most of the time. Here's 1959. The machine that I get these from that people dump into, that is. Let me go down here from a smaller picture. 1941. Seems like a lot of my finds are 1940s. 1953. And a 1952. So about half of these are 1940s. The other half's 1950 so far. So far I found 10. So I'm going to go back out and I'll come back in just a few minutes after I find some more keepers. Okay. I found 4 more coins that are keepers. 1946 or 40, yeah, 46. When I first looked at it, I thought it said 45, but it's a 46. 1 year younger than it needed to be. 1947, 1941, and no mint mark on that one. So I found like 14 finds already, by the way, so this is really good. 1941, I'm going to zoom this in a little more so you can see that it's a 1941. It's kind of dirty, but it's a 1941. Okay. I'm going to get back to the hunt. I'll get back with you when I get the next finds. Okay, I found 4 more. A 1958, a 1953, and then a no mint mark. 19, turn this light around here, 57. In 1958. All right, I'm going to get back to the hunt. I'll bring you back in when I find something. Okay, I found 2 more. Show what I've got. 1959. And a 1940. So far, I've got 20 finds. I'll show you what I've got. That's my stack of 1940s. That's my stack of 1950s. And that one right there is the prize. That's the war nickel. So I'm going to resume the hunt, and I'll get back with you if and when I find some more goodies. Okay, this bag is being pretty productive. If you look at my pile, you can tell that pile has came way down. I'm about to get through these coins. It won't take long now. This is going to put me, it's 1947, and it does have a mint mark. Let's see what the mint mark is. Mint mark is an S. Pretty good find. Okay, put that in my 40s pile. This is a 1941. No mint mark on this one, so I'll put that one in my 40s pile. 40s pile is outgrowing my 50s pile. Here's a 1940. And I think this might be another S. Let's look at this. No, it's a D. 1940. And a 1958. 50s have got to catch up. 40s is outgrowing the 50s. Pretty good. 1957. 1957. Another 1940. Let me do this right here. Another 1940. And it does not have a mint mark. And here's a beat up 1958. So, there's around 28 finds so far, and it's about half and half. So I'm going to get back to the hunt, and I'll bring you back in as soon as I find something. Okay, this is the final results of my 4,000 nickel hunt bag. You remember how big that stack was? There it is. There's what's left of it. There's the nickels that I went through. Here's the keepers that I found. I found some 1940s. That's what these right here are. That stack right there. Then there's a stack of 1950s there. A few more 1940s. A few more 1950s. Another 1947 that I found. And then I found let me pull it up here. This one is okay, why ain't I seeing it? Oh, here we go. Get it in front of the camera. That might help. A 1954. So, the 40s and the 50s came out equally, as you can see. There's about 14 of each. But the tiebreaker was the 1943 or 45. Turn it over and we'll look at it again. Philadelphia Mint War Nickel. How cool. So the 40s won this time. That's a D. That is a D. I'm sorry about that. It looked like a P. And I probably said P earlier, but this is a D. So the 40s won by one coin. That was close. Well, it's been a fun hunt. I wished I would have found some buffalo nickels and some B nickels. I wished I could have found more war nickels. Or, I just found a war nickel. Thank you for taking this journey with me and seeing what we found in this little treasure hunt. And if you would, please hit like and subscribe. And I will see you at the next video. And by the way, have a very blessed and happy Thanksgiving, Turkey Day, Thursday. And don't eat too much. I know I will. So thank you. God bless you. And see you next time.